You can never lose faith. That's the key. You have to believe in something that you can't see. When you don't see no way how, you have to buckle down and keep believing. God is always coming. Here's the deal. The moment you ask God for something, He boxes it up and He ships it to you. He never gives you the date that it's going to arrive. It's going to come. He just don't tell you when. He wants you to stay in faith to receive the package, because He only delivers to Faith Street. If you step off over here to I Don't See How Boulevard, He don't ship there. It all happens at an appointed time, but you have to stay in faith for the appointed time to happen for you. Get yourself together. God got a great life for you. I'm telling you, God got a plan for you that's so out of sight, it will trip you out. All you got to do is ask Him for it and wait on it and be willing to work. Faith without works is dead. That's all you got to do.
You're thinking on another level, and it's causing a separation. Some of you have already begun to experience it, because what used to be funny isn't funny anymore, and what you used to enjoy, you don't enjoy anymore. And all of a sudden, you don't fit in the places you used to fit in, and you don't even understand it. They say things like, you forgot where you came from. I didn't forget it. I just can't stay in it.
I don't care who you are, how much more money you have, how much more you are statistically compared to me. I am not afraid of your rejection. I am not afraid of your no. I am not afraid of you turning me down.
You know what depression is? Depression is when you finally give up hope that it will ever be any different than it is right now.
God has it all planned out. He's doing things you can't see. There are good breaks coming, healing, favor, the right people. They're already on your schedule.
I grew up rooted in fear. That was all I knew. And so it took me a long time to trust, and it took me a long time to learn how to believe that good things would happen to me.
We live in a world today that if it bleeds, it reads. So we like people that are successful, but man, we really, for some reason, are drawn to the fall. All eyes watching. How is that person going to respond in that valley?
A righteous person may fall 7 times, but he gets back up. That's resilience.
Everything that I've gone through, some things happen to you, some things happen for you. I'm saying to you, keep the faith.
The perspective of life. That perspective of life right there, that is the value that we lose. When things start to come so easy in life.
Well, let me tell you something. If you can get through that crisis and lead through that crisis and help people get through that crisis, you're going to gain respect.
When I start creating what I want next, I don't bring all my old patterns and all my old mistakes and all the personality types that I attract that create drama for me. How do I create something new?
What kind of person will I have to become to get all I want? The answer to this will give you some personal development goals.
I find it useful to contemplate the highest good on a continual basis. I'm trying to keep myself oriented in that direction. It's a religious orientation, fundamentally.
You should be aware of everything that's going on in your life. You should take action and take responsibility and try to forgive so you can grow.
When you have confidence, when you say your name, you look someone in their face. It doesn't matter what they think of me. I know what I think of myself. I am, repeat after me, I am great. I am amazing. Say it louder with more confidence. I am significant.
How many of you are sitting in a now that used to be a never in your life? How many of you never thought you would finish? Let's start. 8th grade. I was going to go to college, but I was like, we should work our way up. How many of you never thought you'd finish high school? How many of you never thought you'd finish college? You went to college. Y'all, I still have dreams sometimes that I didn't finish college. To this day.
If you'll release control, then you can enjoy your life while you're waiting for things to change. What's upsetting you? What's keeping you awake at night? God is saying, release it to me. I'm in control. I'm ordering your steps. I'm working behind the scenes. It may not be good, but I'm going to turn it for your good.
I had had so many bad things happen that I got to the point where I expected them. You know, I was just kind of like always waiting to see what the next bad thing was going to be. Well, I've made a 180-degree turn, and now one of the things I say every day is something good is going to happen to me today.
I want to encourage you today that suffering is creating a stage for God's glory. I know that the enemy meant for evil, but God's turned it around for good because people are watching me like never before. And guess what? Chains are loud. Chains make noise. I wonder, what are your chains saying? What are your chains singing? Because people's ears and eyes are open to you like never ever before.
The reality is that we discover what doesn't work and what works by what doesn't work. A righteous person may fall 7 times. That's called a misstep. A righteous person, even righteous people, even good people screw up, mess up. Even good people stumble, make missteps. I have made thousands of missteps in my life.
Keep the faith, baby. Don't you give up. Keep the faith. Don't judge according to appearances. Keep the faith. Keep on coming back. Find a way to win. I've slept in a garbage dumpster outside. I didn't focus on the cold. No. It was my Ritz-Carlton. I was focused on I can make it.
I was able to visualize every rep. So I visualized my hand placement, making sure that felt right before I got going. I didn't ignore all the little pains. My hands got sweaty. Okay, that means I was aware of everything. That means my hand's about to rip. It's getting sweaty. Wipe it off. Be aware. Everything. I was totally in the moment because of how I visualized everything.
Give thanks in all circumstances. Boy, that's a relevant word, isn't it? Give thanks in all circumstances. It doesn't say give thanks because you're in a bad situation, but just give thanks because you're in it. In all circumstances, no matter what it is, because it's going to, with the right perspective, it's going to make you and I better.
I invite you to think about that because you can create anything that you want to create. The only thing that is holding you back is the garbage you tell yourself. The only thing, and I realize there may be some really heavy stuff you've dealt with in your life. You maybe have faced some serious abuse. You may have been the victim of crimes. You have maybe faced severe discrimination. You're not responsible for any of that, but you have a responsibility for how you heal yourself and how you move forward.
There's nothing you can do about the past, but you can do a great deal about your future. You don't have to be the same person you were yesterday. You can make changes in your life. Absolutely startling changes in a fairly short period of time. You can make changes you can't even conceive of now. If you give yourself a chance, your abilities will grow. You have untapped talents and potential that you haven't even reached for yet.
There's no escaping the questions of the ultimate meaning of life. How do I decide if my inner voice is healthy or not, and how do I maintain it healthily? Now, that's a really interesting question of conscience. Carl Jung would take that conceptualization somewhat farther. He would have considered it the voice of the self, which is in part the voice of the ethic that's derived from the broader community.
I am smart. I am beautiful. I am special. I can stand up with all the confidence in the world. I am smart. No one can stop me but me. The only person that could ever stand in my way is me. And me standing in my way is not an option.
The devil says never. Over and over and over and over again. Because the devil understands the power of repetition better than you do. The devil, and we talked about the devil is a liar, but he doesn't sound like a liar. He sounds like you. His native language is lying. And one of his favorite words is never.
Those who have believed enter into rest. Once you've believed, you don't have to figure everything out. You may not see anything changing. You'll be tempted to worry. Stay at rest. When you're at rest, you're showing God that you trust Him. Maybe you're believing for your health to improve, but the medical report is not getting better. You thought it would have happened by now. You could be worried, complaining, but instead you're thanking God.
Something good is going to happen to me today, and something good is going to happen through me today. Don't just want good stuff for yourself. Want what God gives you to flow through you to other people. That's when you really get happy, when you want to live to make other people happy. Let me say that again. That's when you really get happy, when you live to make other people happy.
The stage has never been better. It's never been bigger. Everything that the enemy went to hurt me, it's had the opposite effect. People are watching me suffer well, and they're saying, what's that thing on the inside of you? It was a painful time. It was a scary time. It was a heavy time, man. It's just like, it was awkward. I didn't know what to do. I'd never been in that situation. It's scary. It brings anxiety to you and fear. But we're going to speak faith. We're going to speak life.
I don't know why, but the older you get, you tend to start losing resilience instead of getting more of it. When you're a child, you have plenty of resilience. You know, when a child starts learning to walk, and that child learns to walk, and the first 50 times, the child stumbles and falls over in a bundle, no child ever thinks to himself, well, maybe walking isn't for me. They just get up and keep going. That is the resilience you need through all of your life.
Tough times never last, but tough people do. I'm a tough cookie. You can't be a wimp in this thing called life. Oh, you can choose to, but I can say to you, that's a choice. We make decisions, and our decisions make us. You can choose to be a wimp, but I know this, that you don't have to.
When I get to 2,500 pull-ups, my hands start to rip. Okay, I get ready for that. So I started visualizing, how am I going to handle the pain? Okay, then you start visualizing, okay, my nutrition was off. You start visualizing all these things because you have to mimic it 1,000,000 times, but I can't mimic 4,020 pull-ups by doing it.
But you can see all the milestones where you failed.
That's right.
And see yourself going beyond it.
That's right.
The lesson I'm learning right now is a crisis lets me know that if my living and my talking match. You know, I write books, I teach, and I give principles out. But you know, when a crisis comes, all those things I teach that just sound good, that you write them down, they're getting tested now. I mean, are my values truly great values? It's going to be tested during the crisis. Are my principles and the truth that I teach and embrace, is it real truth? Wow.
Think about what's coming next and who you want to become. And what are these patterns that have held you back forever? Patterns in your mind and patterns of behavior, just habits, not good, not bad, just stuff that you don't want to use anymore. How do you update those? Once you understand that all human beings we're all literally just a bunch of people walking around that repeat patterns that we don't realize we're repeating.
As time goes on, you'll be able to reach deeper and deeper. The first thing you'll know, you'll be able to do things you never thought you could do. You'll be able to handle things you never thought you could handle. You'll have ideas that you've never had before. All of this is sparked by the goal-setting process. When you know what you want, and you want it badly enough, the answers will come to you. I can't tell you why it works. All I know is, it works.
The voice of the more thoroughly developed self that's still striving to be born. One thing you could say is that you experience violations of your conscience when you're not acting like the better person that you could possibly become. And so, to some degree, that's your higher self upbraiding you for failure to develop in the appropriate direction.
No one in the world can stop my greatness. No one in the world can shake my confidence. It doesn't matter what you say about me. It's about the way I feel about myself. I love me. So it doesn't matter if you don't love me. I love me because I'm great.
He brought me a book on our first meeting, and I was like, what's this? I didn't even really want the book. I didn't even really know who the author was. So what's this? He said, you just need this so that you can have a reminder that books do get finished. We hadn't started yet. He knew that I would hit points in the process where I would feel like, I'm never going to finish this.
When you're at rest, you're in faith. That's what allows God to work. But if you're upset over what's not changing, worried about your finances, can't sleep because that child that's off course, that's a sign that you've stopped believing. You need to enter into rest. Come back to a place of peace. You can't trust God and be worried at the same time.
I will not fear. I may feel fear, but I won't give in to it. When God says something, it happens. God gives you a promise. You get excited. We think it's going to be easy. Why, sometimes we're better off not to even tell anybody else. Just wait and let them see.
Hello everyone. Today our topic is give it some energy. Hey there, ready to kick it out into high gear. Someone's let's do it. Alright, today is your day. Pictures this, you're unstoppable, you're forced, and you are about to crush it. Let's get the energy flowing. Economizing visualization. Imagine your goals right in front of you. Feel the excitement of achieving them. You have got the power to make it happen. Strong right now. Shake it out. Stretch those arms. Take a deep breath and let's emphatically that's injury level. Feels the visibility sugaring through you. Repeat after me. I am capable. I am determined. I am unstoppable. Nothing can stand in my way. Force on what you want to apologize today. Visualize yourself screaming and let them drive push your forward. Let's go out of there and own it. You have got everything you need to make today incredible. Now go show the world what you are made of. You have got this. Keep that energy up and let's make today amazing. Go get Feel free to adjust the fit your personality or situation. The key is maintain a positive and filtering tone throughout to really boost the energy levels.